am very pleased that there is the Informal Call for Action Helsinki Plus 50 meeting today. And I think the meeting is very timely, focusing on the challenging inside OSCE region in the work we are doing inside the OSCE PA, but also challenging on the governmental side. What we can do to improve, how we can go forward. And I say this because I believe very much in the work we do in OSCE, and in particular in OSCE Parliamentarian Assembly, where we can meet parliamentarians from all over the OSCE region, cross countries, cross parties, and exchange view on the political issues that's important. And that's matter for us, and matter for our national parliaments, matter for our people in the constituencies, for those who have elected us. But it's my true pleasure to meet you here and welcome you for the first meeting of this year for the Call for Action. And as we discussed here, Ambassador and I, it's the first full-fledged meeting in person. I apologize for those who are on your net. You are also mostly welcome, of course. But I say this with a meeting in person because we haven't had so many meetings, the opportunities after the COVID. But now we are on the track again and meet in person. But first of all, I would like to commend all the efforts done by Ambassador Sanier for organizing today's meeting in the hybrid format. And also, I am very glad that we have such a high level of participants in the panel. I think this shows the also interest for our project with the Helsinki Plus 50. And once again, dear colleagues, we all know what's happened the 24th of February. It was Russia's war against Ukraine, the first day. It was also our first winter meeting after the COVID. And our colleague, Nikita Potorayev, arrived and told us that the war had started. It was an illegal full-scale invasion of Ukraine, and it continued 1 year later. And it affects the whole world, but most of all, the Ukrainian people. And I must say that this illegal war from Russia against Ukraine, it's violating the Helsinki principles, the European security order. They are all under huge pressure. And it's also affect OSCE, the organization where we are elected as parliamentarians. And let me also mention here that OSCE started, it's almost 50 years ago. It's some 1975, and the 50 years anniversary is during the Finnish chairpersonship, 2025. Russia's war, it's a true challenge, but I am very pleased to see that several organizations are united. I could see in my part of the world, European Union is very united. I could see that there is a good cooperation with the transatlantic link. I could also see a cooperation that's growing all over the world. But there are also those who are not joining. And by this, I would like to say that our challenges in OSCE, I think they are all over the world. If we are talking about OSCE, there is political tension, geopolitical tension. There is funding constraints for OSCE. There is the lack of consensus that's needing on the governmental side for decision. For us, for the political decision, it's majority inside the Parliamentary Assembly. There is the cybersecurity threat. There is disinformation, propaganda. But also looking closer to OSCE, we could see that there are missions that are closed or under threat to be closed. I could see that the SMM in Ukraine, it's closed. But there is also parts that works very well. And what can we learn from that? I don't know. I hope that we can learn something from today's discussion. Maybe if something really is needed, or maybe if there is a political pressure, or maybe something else. I look forward to the discussion. But anyway, I think it's important that reinforce the multilateral engagement on how to revitalize OSCE. Because every time I meet with colleagues here in OSCE PA, I could see the engagement. I hear the engagement, all our discussions and meetings. When I have taken part in the Permanent Council and representing OSCE PA, I could also see the engagement and also the will to contribute. And why doesn't the organization work? I think it's too easy to say it's because of consensus rules. I think it's to make it too easy. But what can we do? And what is possible? Through joint efforts, cooperation, to foster security and cooperation in the region. I see this as crucial. With no cooperation, it's impossible to work over the border for security. And I will also say that we as parliamentarians, we continue to support the governmental side with all their efforts and commitments to translate the politics, the decisions into real actionable steps toward promoting security, democracy, human rights. And we have now developed our new action plan for Ukraine for our activities. This shows that even if we are an organization who don't have any military, we don't have any fundings, we don't have any mandate to support with finance, we are committed. And that's what's counted. And we are using the tools we have. And let's continue to do so. And I'm sure there are other opportunities as well, how we could go forward and how to support the work inside OSCE. And by this, I mean support peace, stability, respect of rules of law, respect of the commitments to OSCE. And by this, I say thank you very much and wish all of us a successful meeting. And I give the floor back to Ambassador Sanier.